it's so easy to me. It's so easy to just come out there with a business, but to me, it has to be something more than you're just looking for a quick hustle to make money. It has to be something more. If that's the avenue you choose to go, great, fine for you. But I think when you really, people could tell, they could sense when something is being done with an authentic with an authentic intent. They could tell. Customers aren't stupid. Customers are very intuitive. So people could really understand, okay, this person is really, really into it. They
Yes.
really understand. You could trust, and trusting the person behind the business is something really important too. If you're giving me skincare, I'm supposed to trust that, okay, are you even using the skincare that you're pushing? Is it something you stand behind? Because when I understand, as a consumer, understands the story and understands your drive behind the brand and understand that basically it's your baby, you have nurtured this brand, then they're more likely to connect with it in a way that has never been before.
Yes. And I think it requires more
Yeah,
of the individual. It asks more,
it does.
but I think, if you really want something
Yeah.
that is quality,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna last for a long time, it's not just gonna be here today and gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be really clear on, as you said, what your vision is and
Mm-hmm.
ask more of you, but it's what's required to get
Yeah.
that level of quality and to achieve that vision that you are aiming for.
Yeah, definitely.
So, in terms of the costing of the
Mm-hmm.
website, and there is somewhat of a framework there because you said you like to work with solopreneurs and early stage persons.
Yeah.
So that would kind of delineate to an extent the kind of website it would be. It
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be like a website for like a Coca-Cola,
Yeah.
where that you're talking like very complex, multi-level. But for that segment of the market, for the types of websites that they would be looking to do, I I know it might be very individual, but
Yeah.
what the person start to think of in terms of the investment, the finance.
Okay. It really depends on the type of website. If it's a simple corporate website, or if it's an e-commerce website? Because I have clients with e-commerce websites that takes a little more to create. So it could take you anywhere from about 4,500 to about 10,000 if we think about the entire process. Because remember, included in that website is the strategy, is the identity creation, the logo design, the brand styling, is your messaging, your content framework. So it can take you 4,500 if you're looking for websites only, which I really don't like to do. But if they have everything done and they have their identity and everything, and they really committed to that, anywhere about 4,500 to about 10,000 if it is that I am building, if we're doing the brand from scratch.
Okay. And in terms of the e-commerce options
Mm-hmm.
for websites, because I've interacted on the Wix. My
Yeah.
website is on WordPress,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had some challenges in terms of the e-commerce, which I think I'm not unique there. I think
Yeah.
locally we have had a lot of e-commerce challenges, and there
Mm-hmm.
are different solution providers who have different things, and in all the online groups, I feel like every week you see somebody asking some question
Yep.
about which card is working or
Yep.
not working this week.
Yes. 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 It is. Oh my gosh. So, like in theory, e-commerce is supposed to be simple, you know.
Listen,
Theory.
listen. Imagine the people who are in United States or in Europe or whatever, and they're just like, Why are you having so much trouble with this?
In theory, e-commerce is supposed to be simple.
They'll
It
be
is
like,
supposed to.
why are you all struggling? This is not hard.
Yeah, because I mean we have different options for e-commerce now. We have WooCommerce with WordPress. That's what I use. They have the Wix, you have Shopify, but then when you look at the payment, that's I think where a lot of the struggles start. Because I mean there's PayPal, which I use with their fees. That's ridiculous. But it's PayPal, and I would want to say PayPal has been like the most reliable, but it seems like every once in a while they would decide that our cards won't work.
Yes.
You can't get your money,
Yes.
and that happened to me last year, where I couldn't get money for about 2 months, and they were trying to rectify the problem. So there's PayPal with their challenges and the challenges with our cards. Because I think right now, if you use PayPal, you either have to use a credit card, a Visa credit card to be able to withdraw, or the JMMB card, right? Because Republic Bank would have stopped the VTM. So there's PayPal, and then there's WePay, which I usually recommend to clients because you're able to get the payments deposited to your business bank account. So there's WePay, which has been a huge help for those who may not want to use PayPal. Because with PayPal, to receive funds, you have to have a credit card or the Visa debit. With WePay, you don't. You just need to have that business bank account. So that's an option. WePay. I think I've seen Social Pay, which is another option. I've seen BuzzPay. So a lot of different local businesses are coming up with e-commerce solutions, which is very, very helpful because I know a lot of people want to stay away from PayPal.
Right.
And in addition to that, I think now for local e-commerce, most of the banks are now giving you the Visa card, changing into the Visa chip and PIN card, which is supposed to work for local e-commerce. I just got a letter from Republic telling me that my card will be coming and they'll activate it for local. I think Scotia had theirs activated for local e-commerce, but my sister was using it and it wasn't working for local e-commerce anymore. But if the local banks would understand that, and there has been a shift now because of COVID for people gravitating towards e-commerce, if they would understand that, okay, customers need the flexibility to be able to pay online and just let the card work for local e-commerce, that would be a big boost to business.
Yeah. And I mean, you're saying local e-commerce, and I feel like the things that I'm saying,
Yeah.
I feel like there are thousands of other persons who feel the exact way I feel. And it's almost as though persons feel like, why? I feel like with 2020, with the pandemic, and yes, it brought a lot of challenges, but I think it totally transformed. I don't know if I want to use the word revolutionize, but I'll use it here for lack of a better word. With organizations or institutions locally that persons have been frustrated no end with them. And in the matter of a year, you've seen all the processes change, everything completely flip. And I feel like persons were at their wits' end. Like, why is this? Why you're not fixing this? And I feel like everybody is just like, I feel like there's like collective frustration. Like, why are we so behind? Why is everything, it's not efficient, it's not making sense. Fix it.
Yeah, because it took COVID for even some government services to be brought online. Like I am just waiting for you to be able to pay your tax online. And that's all I'm waiting for, because we're still in the pandemic. I still don't want to go out and stand up in a long line. And every time I think about even going to the Board of Inland Revenue, I turn around.
Immediately.
I turn around because
Immediately.
I turn around because I mean, if we could, and I'm asking Mr. Imbert,
You said
if
I
you
turn around.
please let us be able to pay tax online. Yeah, because I mean, and there are certain stores and certain like food delivery. Like you never thought these people would have actually had. It took a pandemic for some people to get an online presence. Like I remember like working from home because I work from home. Sometimes I don't have the time to cook. So I'm looking for food delivery. And all I used to have pre-COVID was KFC, Pizza Hut, just few options. Now since the pandemic, everyone realized, well, okay, because of necessity, they came online. And now they have online payments. Subway has a bot where you could just order on WhatsApp. And that's what I mean. Like, I don't want to say I'm grateful for COVID, but the lessons learned is like we could have been doing this a while ago. We could have been, and if we had these things implemented so long ago, imagine where we would have been now. Would have been further because we're still way behind.
Yeah.
We're still way behind.
Yeah.
But I think we're way behind.
Yeah.
There's services like I think you could just let me stay online and pay my stuff. Yeah.
No, you made me laugh. As a girl say, no, I think about I want to be law abiding.
Exactly.
I
want to pay my tax.
Yes, I would like to follow the structure of a civilized, efficient society.
Yes.
I would like to do my part.
Definitely.
But when I think about the process, no, I can't.
I can't. I've passed the office, looked at the line. I was like, no, next time. Next time.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no, it's absurd because I think even now, okay, with COVID, you're supposed to be trying to be a little more efficient for people not to be just gathering. And to me, it got worse because when I think we had the first COVID, because I went into, I think, pay something. And that's when we were starting to have the first set of conferences because we started to get the first few cases. And that's when they had to make the decision about SEA because I was inside the office when they were making the decision. And then I wasn't moving. So I left. And then, like I was saying, well, okay, maybe they would make this online because I saw they brought some of these services online. I was like, okay, maybe soon I'll be able to pay online. And
yeah.
So we still have a long way to go.
Yes, and in the same business group, I saw persons talking about the Ministry of Legal Affairs and some of the woes with that.
Because I think there's an online booking system, and then the system went down for weeks. And
listen, you see this life? I know a lot of persons can relate because there are several places that you have to go into Trinidad, same thing like you. And I told the persons who I work with, maybe I remember telling them several times, there are some places in life, I have structured my life around not going to these places. Like, we need to find an alternative. So like I use AC to do stuff for me because I'm not going. I'm not going because the Lord is my shepherd, and I will have to drop down in the line and start to pray, so I don't start to shout at nobody in the place.
Because like even with banking, I haven't been inside a bank since early in the pandemic, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that because even standing in a bank line now is like, can we just scan our checks?
I WhatsApp you.
something. But I think we have made a lot of progress. Made progress.
Yeah.
Because something as simple as food delivery, because they had to.
Yes.
We have way more options now.
Yes.
way more options. We have
Yeah.
groceries even wanting to deliver. You could order online. So to me, that's how it should have been. But I'm grateful that we've taken steps to move forward.
Indeed, indeed. But I just feel as though persons who live in other countries, I
Oh
just feel
God.
like they just be watching us like,
You're like, well, you
y'all
know,
are so I just feel like they be watching us like y'all are so slow, y'all are behind.
yeah.
Y'all are behind. Like
But we're catching because even something like, okay, coming back to websites, like if we want to do delivery system, if it's hard to integrate, okay, the order and you're just trying to dispatch because the TTPO system isn't really online per se for you to be able to manage that delivery so that, okay, when they order, you could get an invoice with the tracking number like how we would get on Amazon. So we're still not there yet for the whole thing to be a seamless process. But I think we will get there sometimes.
yes, indeed, indeed. The
Yeah.
progress is slow, but we progressing. We progressing.
Mm.
I just feel like countries just be watching us and thinking, all in a mess, yes, and just say, hey, and just be walking off and just trying to get away from us. I feel that's why PayPal and things be like, nah, we can't
Yeah,
work
PayPal, the stress
on
I
them.
went through to PayPal, I almost had a nervous breakdown, thinking that my money was stuck in cyberspace. I was like, nah, this cannot be my hard-earned cash just stuck there, and I can't get it. And it's not as I could even use the funds from my PayPal wallet to buy anything because you can't in Trinidad. So I was like, okay. I waited. I think my bank even called me to ask if I was trying to do that transaction so many times because they thought it was fraud. But in reality, it was me in a panic trying to get my funds because PayPal decided to have glitches. So yeah, and the
Yeah,
stress.
I feel like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
things like PayPal and thing. I think there's be like, we want to help all, but we see in some cards here, all your
Mm-hmm.
country ain't really making sense. We
Mm-hmm.
trying to help you, but we ain't trying to get too deep now because
Yeah, because I think
we ain't trying
sometimes
to go down into that quicksand with all your way all your day.
sometime last year, I know people in the group were complaining that their cards weren't working at all. PayPal wasn't accepting any of the local cards. I was like, Lord. But my card was still working. So apparently it was just the Visa. It's all kind of drama. It shouldn't be this difficult. That's why
Yeah,
I'm grateful that we have local solutions now.
praise the Lord.
Yeah, we have local because I think most of my clients that I've set up e-commerce for, we use the WePay, and I think they have been a good experience with them.
Okay, so we pay is good. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.